For centuries, historical accounts of the prophet Solomon have described a ruler with the power to speak to animals and command the elements, abilities almost universally categorized as mystical magic. Modern biological assumptions suggest this connection is impossible, citing an unbridgeable wall of consciousness that separates human minds from the rest of the natural world. We should consider if these miracles were applications of a higher physics we have yet to understand, rather than a break in the laws of nature. This schematic from Abu Qar Tech Laboratories maps out the Solomonic Protocol. It frames Solomon as the ultimate end user of an advanced biological supercomputer. Understanding this requires a technical teardown of the miracle, examining the specific network, hardware, and central processor. This chart plots the network environment. Human waking consciousness operates on beta and alpha frequencies, a complex, noisy signal. Animals and insects operate on the opposite spectrum. Their natural state is found in clean, fundamental theta and delta frequencies. In chapter Al-An'am, the Quran describes animals and birds as nations like you. This implies they share our underlying operating system and possess their own forms of awareness. Human biological noise acts as a firewall, drowning out the frequencies that nature is constantly broadcasting and preventing us from accessing the wider network. While a universal OS connects lifeforms, humans lack the default login credentials to join the conversation. The staff acts as a dedicated hardware interface, bridging the biological gap. Following Path A, it downclocks complex human thoughts into raw data pulses an ant can process. Path B shows up conversion, boosting insect frequencies until human consciousness registers them. In verse 16 of An-Nam, the text says, "We were taught the language of birds." This plural phrasing suggests a systematic operation and inherited technology passed down from David to Solomon. The staff is a biological modem, converting high-bandwidth mental data into simple natural radio waves. Advanced hardware requires a central processor capable of decoding the data. In this protocol, that processor is the prophet's own genetic makeup. Panel 4 illustrates the prophetic VPN, a specific genetic activation that allows for secure data tunneling from divine or natural sources while the user is fully awake. We see this processing power in action when Solomon smiles and laughs after hearing an ant in chapter Al-Nam. Rather than hearing an acoustic voice, Solomon's biological processor was successfully decoding a massive telepathic data packet, resulting in that physical reaction. Here, divine and natural communication becomes an instantaneous data injection, bypassing standard auditory biology entirely. These components culminate in delta frequency coupling, the state where human and natural consciousness achieve perfect synchronization. In this state, spoken language is unnecessary. Understanding becomes an instantaneous transfer of pure, silent information between the user and the environment. It is important to note that the Solomonic Protocol is a philosophical framework by Abu Qar Tech. It is an engineering thought experiment rather than established academic science. This experiment aligns with Al-Isra verse 44, which suggests everything in the universe is constantly communicating. Nature is always broadcasting. We are simply tuned to the wrong frequency. The wonders of the ancient world may have been the result of an ability to read the universe's source code and log back into a system that remains active today.